Listen, wait, baby.
Baby, what you wanna do? I'm ready to pull up on you. I'm ready to do what I do. This type shit have you wildin'. Last minute streets to the highest. Drip, drip, drip when you sliding. Flip, 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 baby, ride it. Don't hesitate when you take me 'cause you know I like it. Taking up a date for you. Sweet baby, get when you bite it.
Hey, it's your girl Khandi here with a review of Still Here, which is a TUBI movie. I've never done a TUBI movie before. However, I am going to try to do them because TUBI does have good movies sometimes, y'all. I ain't going to hold you. They do have good movies. So without further ado, I am going to bring up my special guest who's here to join me tonight. And where is she? Is she there? There's her. EJ. I think I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Did I add you? Oh, my bad. Hey. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Child, I have my stuff set up and it, and then I don't.
Okay, it'd be like this sometimes.
Okay. Listen, all the time. Hey, Lemon Kush, thank you for coming through. Thank you. Hi,
What up?
Torque, Sterling, and Maria's mom.
Hey, girl.
Yes. So, with this movie, it stars William, which I forgot his real name. Let me stop playing because I had the stuff pulled up. I don't know why I'm playing. Charles Malik Whitfield, which plays William, and everybody would know him as Otis from the Temptations. We have Blue Kimball plays Kenny. He's from one of our favorite shows on BET Plus, which is Ruthless. He's there. He does other stuff too, but we prefer him in Ruthless. Mm-hmm. V. Bozeman, who plays Jenny. We're just gonna keep them at those three right now because those are really the main characters. EJ,
What up?
What is your temperature on this movie? What are your feelings? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it was cool. It was interesting. It was definitely a twist. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. I felt like, like that was going to be the case, but I didn't feel like it was going to be the way that it went. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't expecting it exactly how it played out. So I thought it was interesting. It was cool though. It was a pretty decent watch. I mean, if we going on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably gonna give it about a 7. It wasn't bad.
Okay, cool. I feel the same way. It's a twist. It didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. But sometimes some things were a little predictable, but then again, that's a lot of the movies that we watch. We try to predict those things. So the movie starts out with William panicking. He's washing his hands. He's removing a bloodstained sweater. And then he's writing a note to his wife. We're not sure exactly what's going on here, but it's like, okay, see blood. Maybe somebody's didn't make it. We don't know what's going on. And then he ends up at the bar with his friend, Kenny, played by Blue Kimball. So he's there at the bar. You getting a Blue Kimball?
I'm getting me a Blue Kimball friend. Shoot, with it.
Okay. So the song Me and Mrs. Jones plays as Otis is chilling on his yacht. He leaves with a small duffel bag from the yacht. When you first saw the first 2-3 scenes, what did you think? With the blood stain, with him leaving, sitting on the yacht, and then he at the bar with Blue.
That he done unalived his wife?
Or somebody.
Well, I had looked at the trailer, so it was kind of hard to think that he had unalived not to think that it was his wife, but I was literally like, oh, so he unalived his wife. We gonna start from the very jump of
his name is always gonna be
Otis. Go to a backstory.
Yes, and they do a lot of flashbacks in this story, and it's hard to kind of keep up with. But we're gonna do the best we can. Well, I'm gonna do the best I can. I don't know about EJ, but I'm gonna do the best I can with it. So he's at the bar, which is at 6 a.m. with his friend Blue, which is strange. And he start telling Blue what happened. Well, he talks about him cheating on his wife, and that he's sorry that she's left him, and he doesn't know where she is. So Blue tells him that, your wife she's probably at home, bro. Chill out. She's probably at home, waiting on you. She's in the bed. And, he's drinking heavily, or so it seems. And you ready?
Who, me?
Jay.
Oh.
We have somebody else here. We have Mr. Vacay Jay in the building. Hey, Jay.
Greetings. How we doing?
What up, big head?
What up, big face?
All right.
Chilling.
All right.
Where is the love?
Love between us.
Sorry, I'm late. This is only like the biggest concert in the world going on right now. So it's just time. It's all good. I'm here. We in the building.
And I
Shout
appreciate
out to
What concert going on?
What's that?
What concert going on?
Only Ken and friends. Kendrick Lamar. He's performing right now at the Forum right now with all these. He's performing literally like right now. Like he's performing all the diss tracks, the Drake and everything, and it was like LA rappers that came out before that. Yeah, it's fire right now. Just it's on fire.
So why didn't you go live out there?
Cause I'm not in LA. I'm in Vegas.
Oh, well, I'm thinking about. Oh shoot, my bad, pimp. I'm sorry.
All right.
I know you be in the mix of everything, all the goings ons.
It's all good. Hey family. I see you.
Just got
this where the party's at. Let's go.
Yeah, so we just got started. What are your first thoughts on this movie? Be honest. Okay. Tell the truth.
I'm listening. I'm always gonna be honest. Am I breaking up? Am I breaking up at all? Am I good?
Slightly, but it's okay.
Okay, I don't want to break. So yeah, like I said, I don't usually cover any TUBI movies, and no disrespect to any TUBI movie. It's just like I said, I need what's gonna really catch me. So when you asked me to watch this, I watched it for you. Okay. And I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was at first when I first watched it, I was like, can I get my hour and 48 minutes back? But then I watched it again, and then I was like, oh, okay, I missed some pieces, so I caught some pieces this time. So I there was a lot of stuff going on, and there was a lot of actors popping out. Some things was just like they was trying to mix like jump scares and mystery and all that stuff wrapped in one, so it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. Did I hate it? I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. So
1 to 10, what did you give it? What would you give it?
I would give it a 5.5.
Okay.
A 7.
And in my mind, I was at a 6. So I never did say it, but I was. So we all on the same page.
Yeah.
Dang, I feel like I scored it high. I gave it a 7 for the twist, because usually me and Mr. Stokes ain't like, eye to eye. But I like the twist, so I think that's why I gave it a 7.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff, like especially the end. That the end was kind of like, come on, dog, you ain't even know the dude was gonna write the book. Now you got the money, so now you want the money. It's just like, come on, like it's bad enough you scared this dude to death and he thought you was gone and you came back.
Yes.
Your pops was down with it and the whole 9. I'm just like, dang, I know you're gonna get to it. I just,
Daddy is a rider, and I love it. Daddy is a rider. Monique says she'd give it a 6. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
So of course it starts off with him panicking, washing his hands, washing his clothes, and he's talking to himself, and he ends up writing her a letter, like not an apology letter, but he didn't think they were going to get where they are now. And then he ends up going to the bar with his friend Kenny played by Blue Kimball, our guy from Ruthless. So he's, arriving at the bar at 6 o'clock in the morning. They started drinking and talking, and he's telling him exactly what's going on with him and with his wife and how he cheated on her one time. He said it was once, which, okay, really? You're going through all this for one time. And he tells the whole story just about, to him. And then we flash forward. Well, that's a flashback to him with his girlfriend. And he's in the bed writing, and he's stating that he never thought he could be in love have the love of his life while with the love of his life, and which was strange to me. But Jay, any thoughts on him in the scene? Him in Kenny at the bar.
The young lady at the bar.
Well,
is it the girlfriend or is it the wife?
No, not yet. We're talking about the Blue Kenny and William at the bar talking, drinking, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can understand why he was there at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, with everything that went on, I would be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Stressing out, like, what the hell? Like, I'll be bugging just like him, because I'm like, yo, this came out of nowhere.
Yeah, his conscience was eating him up bad.
Sure was.
I would have been there trying to give me an alibi. Forget that.
And I think that's what he was doing, because we could tell that they weren't really drunk, but they was acting really bad. But we know that's what the whole idea was. So we get to where they're arguing about him cheating, and he cheated once, and they have a lot of dates, a lot of flashback, flash forward. There's a lot to keep up with, and I'm not going to even try to keep up with it. So they go back again to January the 4th of 2020, where he has a bestseller, the book Revenge, and they are toasting. So, and we just know that this is his girlfriend, his wife. We're not sure who she is, because we already saw somebody else that he was in the bed with. So, he has a lot going on. It's a lot of flash forward and flash backward. So they're celebrating him in the book Revenge, and they're toasting and everything. And then he ends up so they flash back again. So now we go into February the 10th of 2019, where he is in the bar reading his book. EJ, did you think anything about him reading his book in the bar once you realized that was his book? Did you think anything about that?
I just knew they was about to tell us how they met. Like, I knew it was a flashback to how we met. I don't know, that part right there was pretty predictable. Knew it was his story. I was like, bro, you finna pull that one. Come on now. You know better. When he started asking her about the book, when he started asking her about it, but nah, I didn't. I didn't. It was just to me, I knew they were about to tell us how they actually met. So I was like, oh, okay, we finna figure out how they met and how they bonded.
Right. Jay, your thoughts on him at the bar with Kenny pouring her drinks, encouraging him to keep the tab open so that he can get this beautiful chocolate sister a drink. Any thoughts?
Oh yeah, she was fine walking up in there. I would have done the same thing if my boy ran the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, hook up, put it on my tab. You know what I mean? Like, but I like how I did like how he played it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, so tell me about the book, but don't tell me about the book. You know what I'm saying? Turn around. He was pretty slick. He's trying to be. He was pretty slick. Like, yeah, I'm the author. And she ain't believe him. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah. What's his name? Richard Law, whatever his name, Law,
William.
Whatever his name is, William Law. Yeah, he try to be a little smooth. You know what I mean? I'll give it to him a little something.
Yeah, I think he was full of himself. Once I realized that was his book, I'm like, oh shoot. Hey Shayna, hey pretty girl Danny, hey everyone, cheating once is enough for me. There's like a 10 to 15 chance of me staying and forgiving with certain factors to consider. I totally agree and I understand. So I thought it was kind of slick. I'm like, okay, dude, what you trying to pull over? What kind of trick you trying to pull over on this young lady? So of course now we're back to the Revenge launch where he, has another bestseller book. They never discussed the book, but just by looking at the picture, we could tell that he probably is up to some shady stuff, because I think he writes on real life. So he proposes to her, not even a year into meeting her. And then they're back at the bar again. And this is where Bree comes into play, which is the one that's going to be his alibi. Jay, what are your thoughts on him and Kenny discussing out loud what about his wife being missing and that he has a side chick?
Yeah, super sloppy, super sloppy move. Right. While he was smooth with getting his wife, you know, this is of course after everything went down. Super sloppy, super just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking so loud? And you know what I'm saying? Now the person's coming over trying to tell you what to do. Like, yeah, it was super sloppy to me. Just real sloppy.
Mm-hmm. EJ, your thoughts?
And I thought they was trying to whisper. I said, are y'all trying to whisper?
Yeah. No, it seems like everybody likes to talk loud in movies and television shows for some reason. I don't understand. But of course, I guess we got to hear them, but I don't think they want anybody else to hear them.
Yeah, I don't feel like they were trying to let her hear. I don't think that was the intention. I just think the scene didn't come off the way that it was supposed to. I think they were supposed to be trying to keep it on the low, like they're talking about it, and he's like, you know, like she gonna be the alibi, yada yada yada, but they're not. She not supposed to be hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to us, it feels like they talking extremely loud and like everybody can hear it. Why isn't nobody never in that bar? I mean, that's just a whole nother question.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning for one thing. So every time they flash to the bar, it's in present time and it's still 6 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know how long he was there, but I do know I remember the time frame being 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, why his bar is open that time, I don't know, but you know, maybe it never closed down. I don't know.
And I guess the other time they was in the bar was when they was about to close. So I guess you got a point.
Yeah. So they're here discussing, he's getting to the point where he's telling him, I gotta tell you something. And he ends up telling him what happened. We didn't hear him say everything. But when Bree comes up, she ends up putting her input in about getting flowers for him to apologize to his wife. And he kind of wants Bree to try to dismiss Bree, but of course Bree is going to be the alibi if that ever comes up. I don't know how they didn't keep that part in the story because he ends up lying and saying that he was at home when she went missing. So I think I mixed my slides up. Okay, I probably did. So we end up getting to the point where he calls law enforcement, let them know that his wife is missing for like 18 hours. And then we flash back to them at the boat. So when they're at the boat, William and Kim are discussing breaking up because he comes to the boat with Kim and Jenny is in there drinking and they have this conversation. And he tells her that he wants a divorce because of the woman Jenny has become. And she's become that woman because of Kim. And he will accept the consequences and hope she's mature enough to do so. Thoughts on that conversation, Jay?
I mean, you know, he tried to break it off. He tried, even though he was he tried to break it off. She wasn't having it. And yeah. I mean, I can understand. I mean, you've been married to that man for a long time. You've invested into that man for a long time. And now, you know, you want to go and slide off like that. That was not right. It was not right on his part. So I can understand why she would be upset and didn't want to let it go like that, you know? So
EJ, your thoughts?
Girl, I was like, so y'all been together for 2 years. I was trying to figure out how much she wanted because I felt like there should have been a number. Like I feel like there should have been like okay, I'll give you such and such. I just feel like he shouldn't have dismissed it so much. I mean, to be fair, 2 years ain't a super long time when we talking about marriage, which you know people should still be close to their honeymoon phases. You know, I feel like within that second year, shit ain't really hit the fan yet. You know, so
right. It's still early.
Like, you know, when you have been married a long time, like people go through all types of stuff. But I feel like in year 2, you still in this in this little bliss of being married. So
Right.
I don't understand how we got here in year 2. But with that being said, I do feel like he should have given her something. Like, don't just dismiss her like that. She literally, you were just literally talking about she was that how much you loved her, the woman of your dreams. You put in the book that how could you be with the woman of your found the woman of your dreams while you were with the woman of your dreams? So that tells me you still love her, you still care about her. If you love her and you care about her, why not give her something to help her transition into this new life without you? Because clearly you were the breadwinner. Like, I don't understand how stupid you can be. It ain't that hard. You know what I'm saying?
He just don't care. He's a jerk. So they end up discussing about the prenup. He's like, we have no kids, so you leave with exactly what you came with. And she was like, well, that's just not even the clothes on my back. And he tells her, you should have had a better attorney. Jay.
Yeah.
On just that line alone, you should have had a better attorney. Like,
well, going along with what EJ was saying, y'all can hear me, right? I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up?
Just a little bit.
I'm breaking up a little bit. Just a little bit. So going along with what EJ was saying, like how long were they together before they got married? If they were only married for 2 years, how long did we get that time frame? Did they like go out with each other for a long time, or was it like a year or two and then they got married and now they're married for a year or two? Because he seems really, really flippant with her.
So they meet.
So
they met February 10th of 2019. He proposes to her on January the 20th of 2020. So not even they did hit a year. Well, no, they hadn't even hit a year yet. No, they're shy of a year.
Okay, so he just out here married.
Together.
He just out here just marrying and not even really taking time to get to know each other. He's just like, okay, well, I'm rich or whatever. I got a best-selling book. I love you. Let's get married. You know what I mean? So with me, it seems like he really didn't know her like that. They didn't know each other like that.
Yeah.
So he's very cold with her. And I wonder why he's so cold, or is that just the way he is because he's just so impulsive?
Yeah.
You know how people are impulsive. It's like, okay, when it's good, it's good. When bad, I don't want you no more. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So he was very cold, and I didn't like that about him. And when he said that you should have got a better attorney, that was just the nail in the coffin. I was just like,
that was low down.
Yeah.
Don't y'all feel like this is like him channeling his mistress? Like, honestly, you can tell when people are channeling what their mistress is said or it has said to them. And I honestly feel like this is him picking the other woman because, we find out later that they had history, the woman that got away, per se. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's channeling whatever the conversations they've had, and now he's putting them into this conversation. Honestly, I just think dude he trash when it's all said and done, but I really don't even feel like he even came up with anything unique. I just feel like my woman said this, so this what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This how we're rolling. That's what it felt like to me. It didn't feel like him. It felt like this is something that a woman would say. She don't need to leave with nothing. You don't need to give her any.
Exactly. That sounds like a bitter side piece. Yeah. So he tells her about the prenup, no kids, and you leave with what you came with. That was so hard and so calculated. That was so disgusting. So they flash back to them on November the 6th of 2020, where he tells her he wants to go to the courthouse and get married that week, which was very strange. Like, who wants to get married that fast that week? Like, he don't want to wait anymore. I was wondering, like, what could be that you want to get married so fast? Like, what is it that you got going on in life to make you want to get married just that fast? So on March the 26th at 12:03, they're arguing back. Then they're back on the boat. They're arguing about they should have waited, and that he's leaving. And she starts wailing on him or beating him. And that's when she hits her head and she started bleeding out immediately. I don't think I have that picture, but EJ, when that happened, what did you think?
I was like, dang, bro. Should have just left with your side piece. Should have just left with her. Just
Right.
on out the door then and you should just let it go. That's what I was thinking. That's literally what I thought. I was like, man, you should just left with your side piece, because now how you gonna explain this?
Mm-hmm. So he after he leaves the bar, because he had to have his little alibi there with Bree as a witness or whatever. He drives home in his Porsche. I think he was driving. The cops pull up and ask him, about the timeline. And right now is at the time of 19 hours. And I didn't have that picture. I thought I did, but I didn't. So he's telling her she gets home at 8 p.m. And that's a normal time frame. And he asks about the for sale sign, and he tells them that we were going to move. And they're like, why are you saying were? I'm like, you're a writer. You should know how to use your words a little bit better than that, sir. So he gets to the point where he's asking his publisher for an advance. What did you? And she's telling him that all his reserve money is gone. The reserve is gone. What did you get out of that? About him asking for money. They're trying to sell the house. There's no reserve money. What did you get out of that?
He broke. I think this is what I think, y'all. I think that he got caught up in this whirlwind of a love affair, right? Like he got caught up in this whirlwind of this love. And I'm talking about with his wife. Like, I believe it was true and genuine in the beginning. Then he runs into the one that got away, right? And now he back on that because she was the one that he really wanted all this time, right? I mean, we hear these type of stories all the time. But then I think the caveat is that what really really nails it in the coffin is when his publicist or whoever she is, manager, whatever she is, when she says that the reason why his writing is the way that it is, the reason why it's the way that it is because he got married. I think he really like that. That
was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I think when she said that, that made it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how people are
that
about
put a
their
barrier.
careers. Sometimes their careers be more than they life with that person or whatever. Especially they ain't got. I keep saying they ain't got a long time invested at this point.
They don't.
So you saying that you saying that this is the reason why I'm not able to write anything good, and now I'm pretty much going broke here because I don't have any money to sell things. That's a sure sign that somebody is running low on money. She looks like a stay-at-home wife. She even talks about giving up her dreams. I don't know what they was, but whatever they was, she talked about that at some point. So he got to take care of everything at this point. And I think she just, I don't know. I just feel like when she said that, I just felt like at that moment he was done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So Jay, can you hear us? You good?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I good?
You sound you sound good now.
Okay, good. I had to restart the computer. All right, cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
So Jay,
where we at?
Yes. So question, what did you think about the publisher telling him that he needs to do something about his writing because he needs some more money, and she's telling him that your writing style changed once you got married and that you need to do something about it? What did you think about that?
Yeah, that was kind of wild because I was reading into that like, okay, was she down with his wife too? You know what I'm saying? Like I was thinking, yeah, you need to do something about it. And then when, as we know, if you watch the movie, you know what happened. But as we're like seeing this play, as I'm seeing this play out, I'm like, yo, that publisher had to be down with this plan. You know what I mean? Had to, because you need to do something about it. Something happens. Now he writes the book. Now it's a bestseller. You know what I'm saying? She's getting paid because she's I need to get paid too. You got to pay your mortgage, and I got to get paid too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she was down pay your mortgage. I got to pay mine too.
Yeah. It seemed like something was off with her. I wasn't sure. So after the 48-hour time frame of the wife being missing, they have to date. He doesn't want to do it, But they do this live press report or whatever, saying that the wife is missing, and because he's a writer, he's well known, and the father comes up and speaks, and he says he wants his baby home, and that he misses her, and then the father starts tearing up or whatnot, which was a sad and it was an emotional moment. So then we go to 1 year later. We're in present time. He's in the bed sleep, and all of a sudden he gets a Ziploc bag with the shirt that he put in it at the beginning of the episode, at the beginning of the movie. And he's sitting there looking around like, what in the, like, hold a minute, what's going on? Once he realizes what it is, he started panicking. And he, was looking through the house, carrying on real bad. And he runs out to the yacht. He sees that the bag is not there. He gets back and he is about to lose his shit. Thoughts about this bag popping up, EJ?
Girl, I say her ghost don't return now, but in theory, I mean, just keeping it real, like at this point, I was like, oh, okay, so she really didn't die, and now, she playing with him, and I kept thinking, why she ain't call her? I was like, why she ain't let? I said, do her daddy know? Because I was thinking about the press conference. I was like, do her daddy know? Because I know this heifer is not dead at this point, like, because this ain't no supernatural. Like this ain't supernatural. I said, so why? And then that's when I started wondering about the daddy. Like that's what was going through my mind as I was at this particular thing. I'm like, oh, okay, so she finna play with him. I don't blame her. I would have did worse than it.
Right. So Jay, when he started writing, what did you think? And when you saw this something in the background.
Yeah, so this is when it got wonky for me. You know what I'm saying? That whole bag thing. It's like they was trying to make it the supernatural. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the bag shows up. Oh, I'm walking into the door and all of a sudden my girlfriend's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, she's like, I was calling you. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was getting wonky at this point, and him writing stuff down and seeing her in the background. They try to make it scary. But it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't at all. I was just like,
it wasn't.
On,
it was like,
what y'all trying to do?
Like, huh? Yeah, but I was like, good for him. Whatever is going on, I hope he get it and get it good. I hope he scared the bejesus out of him. So it gets a little worse. The daggum temperature starts changing. For one, who puts that heat on 81? But she turns it all the way down to 50. And he is having a nightmare and he screams, I didn't do it. But when he wakes up, he sees her before he wakes up, I guess. Which I'm like, oh, he losing it. Thoughts?
Yeah. Let me say this real quick. How you gonna do some stuff like this and don't even include your mistress in on it? Like, I kept wondering, when they gonna go get her and talk to her? Because as soon as they go get her and talk to her, your whole story is blown. Talk to the mistress and been like, look, she would have gave him an alibi. Look, you don't know nothing. We was not here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that part. That part bothered me because I want people to be good criminals. Be good criminals. Yeah. That's it.
But you see, that's the thing. They're not criminals. You know what I'm saying? At all.
Yeah.
That's
and you're
how
a writer, so you should be able to think.
Was. Yeah. But that's how amateur it was. You know what I'm saying? They're not criminals at all. Like he just, all of a sudden she falls down. There's blood on the floor. Oh, let me throw in a river. He's not a criminal. He's just a writer trying to figure this out, scared as hell. I mean, you just a nerd.
He's a dummy.
As just regular civilian. He's a regular civilian.
I mean, regular civilians know better, Jay. I'm just saying.
He ain't thinking, and they ain't write him like that.
We would hope so.
Well, you probably done this before,
so we get to the part where no, not me. So we get to the part where he is going outside because he's hearing something, and they flash back to November the 30th of 2020, the night they got married. And I'm like, you got married at night? Okay, all right, whatever, to each his own. So he's outside looking, and he sees something that's running towards him like Forrest Gump or like the man off of get out. She running like she got 20-pound boots on or weights on her legs, and she wide open. I'm like, okay, all right. Like y'all say, supernatural. I was like, they could have left that part out, but I'm glad it scared the bejesus out of him because he in here going crazy, and his friend hears him from the guest house. His friend live in the guest house. He hears it from the guest house, and he comes to check on him. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because how your homeboy hear you screaming as he say, like that was weird to me.
I think he was just staying there with him he was staying in the guest house because of everything that was going on, but he don't live there because he said, I've been here for 2 nights. Like that, he saying. And
you're losing it. Yeah. Yeah, he tell him he's losing it. So after the girlfriend leaves the next day, I'm not sure where she went, but he wakes up out of his sleep because he thought he saw her or he heard something. He is bugging out. Dude is hiding behind a plant. He is really freaking. He's losing his mind. And I was like, goody gumdrops. I wasn't even mad at none of that. Any thoughts on that, EJ, of him tripping?
I ain't gonna lie. I was happy all this stuff was happening to him.
Yes.
I was just like,
I agree. So, okay, after he's writing his wife's press conference. Okay, I'm seeing. I got my notes. Okay, so the police pull up on him in Blue. Keep saying Blue. Him and Kenny at the bar discussing because he's like, something is going on. Don't nobody notice but me and you. What is going on? I think she's here. He's just really freaking out. The police walk up on him, like we said earlier. Why do people talk so much? They talk entirely too much. They're talking too loud. They want to know, what are you talking about? I don't think he had to answer her because I would have said, I would have like, I ain't talking to you. I wouldn't have gave him no kind of lie, nothing, because I'm not talking to you. We having a private conversation. You walked up and you want to ask me what I'm talking about. I'm not answering that question. So he lets him know that they let him know that they have something new pop up about his wife. And it ends up being the pictures of him and her the night that she is gone missing. So of course he's still lying about him being at home when he was in fact out with Kim. The father is with him at the police station, and he lets him know, I will unalive you because you had no business cheating on my daughter with no doggone street tramp. Thoughts of him and the father, the pictures that popped up, the conversations at the police department, and how he handled his lawyer, because he just straight up lied to the man that's supposed to help you out. Any thoughts on anything that y'all see?
That was stupid. That's the first thing I said when I said, I'm telling my lawyer the truth. It ain't like this ninja can tell nobody. He can't tell nobody. Bruh, he can't tell nobody. Like, literally. So with that being said, his job is to defend you. He have to know how he gonna defend you. If you keep saying that you didn't do it, and then little stuff keeps popping up, how can your lawyer defend you? I'm telling him everything, bro. This what happened. She did this, I pushed her, and this happened, and I threw her in the river. Or I'd ask him at least, how much you want to know? What kind of lawyer are you? Are you like Jax, where I can tell you, I don't have to tell you everything because you're going to get me off regardless? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, which lawyer are you exactly? Are you like Annalise? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I need to know. You let me know which type of lawyer you are so I know how much I need to tell you. Just know that there's possibility that I did this ish, okay? Get me off. Boom.
Yes.
He ain't telling nobody nothing.
That's
nothing
crazy.
At all.
Except for
Blue.
Except for Blue Kimball, the one person who can't help him.
And they keep telling him everything.
Suggesting anything. Yeah, he ain't suggesting anything. Anyway, you know what I mean? The bartender Blue. He ain't suggesting nothing. But this guy's so scared the way they write him. He's so scared that he is just not moving correctly at all. And then his own subconscious mind is getting to him at the same time. At the same time, she's planting stuff to kind of scare him. He has like everything against him, like mentally, emotionally, and everything. So I'm up now. Am I good?
You still popping?
You popping like a firecracker.
Popping.
Popping. happen. Yes. So yes, look, young thugs lawyer. Yes. Okay. But I thought that was weird. I'm glad the dad let him know what time it was, because somebody got to be, have to be an advocate for the helpless. And the law enforcement always are slow in these movies for some reason. I don't know. And a lot of movies, TV shows that we watch, law enforcement is slow. But I'm glad that something came up to make him, try to talk or want to talk. And I think I'm moving a little.
Why is you still talking? Why is you in there? Why is you in the police station talking to these people? Everybody knows that when a person goes missing, the first suspect is always the husband or the wife. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we gonna move on because they probably got some mistresses and misters out here. So we gonna move on to them next. So why is you even in here talking? Why is your lawyer not present? It's a lot of questions that I have for this dude. I'm like, how can you can't be this dumb, like really, or you can't be this arrogant. I don't know which one it is. Because first of all, you don't know how to commit a crime. Clearly, you didn't know how to do it right. Second of all, if you're gonna do it, now we need to start thinking, okay, lawyer. That's all I'm saying. Don't talk to me, lawyer.
Right. And that's what he should have been telling him. You need to holler at your lawyer and stop hollering at me. Because, like, sir, I can't help you out. But you need to talk to your lawyer and figure out what's going on. But again, we did not know the depths of his mind because he was like a narcissist. He was arrogant. He was, I don't know what anything negative you want to call him. That's what he was, because I did not like this dude. He was very unlikable from the beginning. Like when he met her at the bar, I didn't like him. When he met Kim, when he saw Kim again at the book signing, I'm like, yeah, you like you stuck on yourself or something. I didn't like him. So we see Jenny climbing out of the water, and she starts talking and telling us her story. He after he thought she was gone, he threw her in the river or in the whatever they were, lake, river, whatever, ocean. He threw her there. He didn't even check on her. He didn't check to see if she had a pulse. He didn't do anything. He thought she was gone, and he just wanted to get rid of the body. Thoughts on the way he handled her, Jay?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I okay? Okay.
Yes.
I love this part, how she climbed out of the water and she knew every spot that he was hiding stuff in. Like, she was very calculated. She cleaned herself up. She called her dad, and she created a plan. So I like how she was like, okay, you sleep in there, and like, I'm gone, and I'm gone, and you just sleeping like nothing happened. Oh yeah, I'm about to get your ass. So I did like this part where she's like, okay, I'm about to really, really set this guy up. But I didn't know how she was gonna do it. So I was really excited to see, okay, well, first of all, I was like, oh, she's still alive. Right. Like, she's really alive. Like, she was really doing this stuff. The first thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She really is live. Okay. And it was when we saw it all play out, I was like, well, damn. I mean, this was set up from the beginning. Doggone it. Wow. Crazy. But you could tell how he really hurt her. Like, you really threw her away. You threw her in the water. You didn't check on her. You kept the shirt from her blood. You kept it in the bag. Like, you really, I don't know why he really didn't even like her. Though. Yeah, why didn't you just burn it? Like, what? Again, yes, civilian. He should have burned it. It's like he didn't even like her. Like, he didn't even care about her at all.
Jay, stop giving him excuses.
That's not an excuse. That's exactly what he is, a civilian. That's why he's moving the way he's moving. If he was a criminal, he would have burned the shirt. You understand what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, there's some people out here who just know that that's what you're supposed to do. He is a book writer. Right, like that. You're supposed to be able to like research. Like,
he should be creative.
You should be creative.
He was a nervous, narcissistic,
he should be creative.
Nervous, narcissistic guy who was just like, I don't know how to move. Period. He's a writer. He's a creator, but he wasn't being creative right there at all. He wasn't creative.
Telling you right now, I don't not at all. Criminal minds to know. I looked at enough criminal minds. So pretty girl,
he didn't.
Right? Y'all like I always say, people, y'all don't watch TV.
He didn't.
She says,
obviously he didn't.
The way he disposed of her. Right, of course. Yeah. He disposed of her body as a key giveaway to how he felt about her and cared about himself, narcissist, more than anything else. If you really cared about her in any sense, you call for help.
Exactly.
She
And that's
ain't
what
do
he
none
should
of
have
that.
done. And that would have
Well,
messed
he
up her
did. He
whole
called Blue. He called
oh,
Blue.
that joke. He didn't answer the phone.
I mean,
But
Kenny.
after you call Blue, girl, you got me calling him Blue. We're gonna be calling him Blue and Otis. After Otis called
What's his
Blue,
real name?
Right.
look, after Otis
Right.
called Blue, then he should have been on the phone like, look, 911, I need some help. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like jail. And I know it looked bad at what happened, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm probably gonna get less time because I'm probably gonna get some time. But I'm probably gonna get less time if I just go ahead now. Because if I go with any other plan, it's gonna all fall apart. Like, especially if
It's
you
a
don't know
wrap.
how to lie and you don't know how to, if you can't lie with a straight face and you can't really get all your stuff together, you don't even know how your mistress, you don't know if she's a liability. Now you got to get rid of her. If we really just talking about some covering your tracks, you were supposed to unalive her, bruh. She was not supposed to live.
Well, he just say take another one out.
Shoot, I'm just saying, like, we can't have no witnesses. But now, seriously, in all seriousness, he just should have called the police. If he called the police, her plan would have never worked.
Right. I agree. So we get to the point where, of course, we're flashing forward and backwards. So she's at the police station talking to Flex. I didn't know his name.
We here now. We here now. Go ahead.
Yeah, talking to Flex about
names.
But she tells him that they were at the boat, like Kim and Jennifer and William were there together, and that's like dun dun dun. Like, hold a minute, what? So then they flash backwards where they're talking. He cooked the breakfast, and of course you can tell he doesn't care about her either because her eggs were runny, like the toast was burnt. Like, he didn't care about her either. He didn't try to do right. So they're discussing about how he's gonna well, if it was a story, if it was a book, what would the next thing be? How would it end? And I think she tells him to take his wife out. I can't remember.
Nah, she tell him that he would leave his wife.
He would leave, right?
And they would be together. He would leave his wife for her. She just wanted to leave her for her. But I can't stand. Never mind. Keep going.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just can't stand people. I'm just saying, like, why do you think that the same behaviors won't repeat? Why do you think that if a man swept this woman off of her feet, did all of these things, right? That, because I'm pretty sure he wrote a book about it, because at some point, I think the publisher said, don't nobody want to hear about love stories. He always writing about his life, right? It's always based off of that. So I'm pretty sure he wrote some book about that. And I'm pretty sure Kim read it because clearly she's been following him and paying attention to his writing career, right?
Right.
So with that being said, if you see that he did this to her, swept her off her feet, they go get married, took the time to actually marry her, right? She a stay-at-home wife and all of this type of stuff. Why would you not think that the same behavior wouldn't be repeated with you? Why would you tell this man to leave his wife just so he can do it the same thing to you in 2 years? I don't understand. I don't get it.
I agree. It's very confusing as to why you would think like it's not going to happen to you. Like he's probably not going to even marry you.
That part.
Hey, she just in the moment. She don't care. She's like, oh well, he's a writer, and the way they write her, she's like an airhead, dog. Like she's just there, just going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And even in IMDb, they don't even give her a name. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't even give her a name. Even Blue doesn't have a name. Right. So we got Jennifer Law and
his name is Kenny, but I keep calling him Blue.
Kenny and her name Kim.
Oh yeah.
But I keep calling him
Kenny.
Blue.
Yeah.
But I'm
like, but yeah, she was like, the way she was, it was just like, yeah, I'm just here. I'm just the pretty girl, Yeah.
We tend to think our coochie going to keep child. Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah,
so of course we get the part where her story ends up getting them to they end up picking William up, and I don't know how long he was in jail, but he was in there writing the entire time.
5 years.
He was in there 5 years?
5 years?
No.
Man.
I think that's
TJ, stop. Are you
That's what they
serious?
said. She said 5 years when she came back, and I was like 5 years, and I was trying to figure out what her mistress was. I mean, we can go back and run it back, but I'm almost positive that's what she.
Hey, it's 5 years. That's fine. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We can go with that.
Let's rock
Oh,
with 5 years.
it was 5.
That's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Rock with 5. Make
Hey,
it
it is
6.
what it is. So he
okay.
was there long enough to write yeah. He's there long enough to write a doggone bestseller, and he sold 1 million copies in one day, which is a record-breaking, thing. I hate that he used her picture. No, I love it because that was more ammunition for her to do what she did. He used her picture as the book cover. Thoughts? He's a narcissist. Dang.
Y'all know what I really thought at some point. At some point, I thought that him and the wife was in on it together, and this is how they was gonna get out of debt. I ain't gonna lie, that's what I was like. I said the perfect plot twist in this whole thing would have been that he did this to her, but she really wants the money. So she comes back, she tells him he figures out that he didn't unalive her, right? But it's still attempted murder, right? In a sense, because you done covered it up. It's a bunch of charges still. So she says, in order for me to not say anything, this is what we gonna do. I really thought the plot twist was gonna be him knowing at some point, and that the whole book thing, right, was because and he spent this time, and that's how he got out early. Like, that's what I really thought was gonna happen. I was like, that would have been a good plot twist for him to actually know about it, so he could. You know how people are. People do anything for their book, and this is how he get his story, and then he cut her in on it, and they go their separate ways. That's what I really thought it was gonna be. But I like this too. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. So he's walking down the stairs like King Kong, ain't got nothing on me, and everybody is congratulating him, and he's clapping the slow clap, and I'm like, what the? Did he? And I'm like, oh, he's winning again. Because that pissed me off. I'm like, why is he still winning? That really bothered my spirit. Jada, did that do anything to you about him still winning like 1 million copies in one day?
The way he went about it, definitely was cringe. It was terrible. It was like, oh, you took somebody out, and now you're writing a book and you're putting a picture on it. I mean, it's just real distasteful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he did a bid. So now he did a bid. He put out the book, and that's a bestseller. So yeah, everybody's gonna sell, especially the publisher, because she's getting paid. So she's super happy. Like, yeah, man, we did it. You know what I'm saying? You made something happen. I don't know what it is, but you wrote a book about it, and now we getting paid. So did it bother me? Yeah, everything about it bothered me.
He's a jerk. Oh, he's a.
That's why I thought it was gonna be a plot twist, because I was like, man, we know that he, quote unquote, thought he unalived her, right? And I'm like, so you actually rolled with this? I was like, it got to be a plot twist. She somewhere down the line, she came back and told him, and now they in on it together. That's the only way she would let him write this book, because I would have got him, but she didn't. She played it out to the end. I would have slit his throat. She wasn't going to jail for it.
Dang, EJ. Okay.
And she wouldn't have got no money.
So he and Kenny are discussing his next moves, and he's telling Kenny, I need a manager. And he's saying, well, what do you want me to do? Like, shut my bar down? And I'm like, that's very big-headed of you. Like, who are you to want to tell him to shut his bar down to be a road? Like, you want to take everything from everybody. You don't want nobody to have their own thing. You don't want your wife to have nothing. You don't want your best friend to have his own anything. Like, who are you? Who raised this monster?
He just want him to have.
He tell me, no, I want a Ferrari. I just want a Ferrari.
Shoot,
he kicks everybody out the house. I agree. For me keeping my mouth closed, I'll take it too, and I'll sell it. Thoughts on this, Jay, on the plot twist? Well, of course, we already knew she was alive, but on her telling him,
send the money, transfer the money, and all that. It was honestly, it was kind of whack. I'll be honest with you. It was kind of whack, because it was like
a little better.
all this time you wanted to get him back, but now they got money from the book with your picture on it. Now you can take that too, but you didn't even know he was going to do it because he was like, "How did you know I was going to write the book?" He's like, "I didn't." So this is actually a good thing for me. So it's kind of like, transfer the money, or I'm gonna have to take you out. And I'm just like, bruh, like this is it could have been a better ending to me. It just could have been something else. Like, just shoot the man. Just shoot it and just get out of here. Like, I would have liked it if you got the money, popped them. They were like, oh, and that's the end. And then she goes to Mexico with her dad, and then that's it.
Dang.
That, but then it would have been extreme.
Listen, you breaking up, bro. You hear me? You breaking up a little bit, a lot bit.
Yeah,
I still not, but I know how you are about your sound, so
I am. Thank you. I don't know what's going on.
But what I was gonna say is that I guess I came up with a lot of endings for this myself. Maybe that's where I was with it, because I even thought that, because I agree with Jay, I like the twist of her being alive, which is why I had gave it a 7, because I knew she was gonna be alive, but I just like the fact that she was alive and messing with him, right? She was really effing with him. But I felt like what we could have done was either the one that I just told you, right? That was a good idea if they made the plot that, that he, in the end, after he learned she was alive, was in on it, right? And that's how they write the book, and that's why he do the bid, and then he give her the money. I feel like that would have been a good twist, but an even better twist was that Blue Kimball would have been in on it with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somehow they bonded, and he thought that he was being his boy, you know what I'm saying? And then he was the one that was actually helping her out instead of the dad. I thought that would have been a good twist. And then he found out about it in the end. But the whole thing with the book and the money, like, if you don't know any of this is going to happen, then why did we even do all of this? Why did we get him out of jail? Like, did he write the book while he was in jail? Is that what it was?
He was writing a book while he was in jail, but I don't think she knew it was going to do $20 million worth of damage in just that fast. I think she was gambling on him doing something, but I don't think she knew $20 million worth.
But what was her plan B? Like, that don't make sense. Like, so first of all, you put him in jail.
She knows him. He's a writer. She knows he's a writer.
But still, that don't work for me. So you put him in jail, right? So he goes to jail. He do a little bit of time, but then you help him get out because he should have been in there longer, right? So you somehow maneuver it to where your dad helps him get out early, right? So
how did that happen? Like, I need that question answered for me. Like, what was it that he did?
I overlooked that part. I had to let that go because I really wanted to know. But I was like, I gotta let that go because that's gonna hurt my head. So I overlooked that particular part of it. But my problem is that, like, what was you didn't know that this book was gonna do this well. You didn't know any of these things was gonna happen for you to want to get him out early. That was my problem.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it'd be different if he wrote the book, published the book while he was there in doing his time, and then it got all the sales, and then you get him out and take his money. That's different than or maybe I missed something because
no, we all on the same page. It had a lot of holes in it, but I appreciated her daddy being her rider because ain't nothing like having somebody in your corner no matter what. And I appreciated that. And I like the way she she ended up telling him the story what she told us. Because I'm sure he had been blacked out by then in his mind. He had them blanked out like, this biatch is taking my money. I appreciated that. So, she's telling us what she did, how she did it. She stuck a little baggie of blood in her wig, and she practiced how she was going to take him out, how she was going to fake like he took her out. She moved the table so she could hit it in the right way. She practiced. Hey, she knew if she jumped on him, he was going to get her off of her.
She just a lot of gambles.
It's a lot of guessing. Hey y'all. Sorry, we've been so I'm not used to hosting that much. I'll be forgetting to speak to people. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Yeah, I don't know how the dad helped them get out. They didn't go into that part, but he was helped to get out. Yeah, that's what he said. And of course she ends up going into she walks out after he pressed send on the phone to put the money in her account, offshore account, and her dad is outside waiting on her, and they're going to go to Mexico.
She now had to kill me, Candy. She would have had to unalive me. I'm not giving. Listen, I know. Listen, I don't care nothing about him, but she wouldn't. If I'm him and I done went through all of this, and you just pulled this big, I'm not giving you jack. You just finna unalive me, because guess what? We both ain't finna have nothing. If I'm finna be broke, you finna be broke. Like,
yes,
we both finna
so
be
it left
broke.
to me it's open-ended. This is an open-ended ending, semi-ending. So it seems like there could be a part 2.
I hope not. I mean, it could be, girl.
Because it's open-ended. So had he been murdered, then that'd have been different to me. That'll close the story. But because both of them are still alive, it seems like, like it could be a part 2.
You right. You showed
to me
right about it. No, I agree. They left it open. I'm just saying, if I'm him, she would have had to murk me.
I agree. We would have had to fight. Would have been doing something. You thought we was fighting that boat.
For the money when it was.
I don't want a part 2. I don't want a part 2. Yo. Definitely. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. You good.
Well, he owe her for wasting her time. He definitely. Now, I'm not mad at the money. I'm not mad at because you did that to her. You took me out. You tried to take me out. You didn't even check on me. You really hurt me to my core. And you didn't even show me that you care a little bit. She deserves something. But
yeah, but she gambled on
the other side.
It was so whack. Like, if he had just said no, then you would have had to murk him. And then it's like you wasted 5 years when you could have just left him in prison, and that would have hurt him more than anything. Like, it just didn't make no good sense. She would have had to take me out. You done got me out too, girl. I'm gonna call your bluff.
Yeah.
She had the whole cops involved and this whole scheme involved, and I think they just kind of put that together for the story, right? Yeah. But she didn't have to do all that. She really didn't. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, she really had to do all that extra stuff. It was just for the story. That's how they wanted to write it. Like, yeah,
right.
My pops was involved. I just gave them what they needed. You know what I'm saying? My blood in the bag and the whole 9. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny, but it was a setup. It was a setup, and I was like, damn. Like, for real, you gonna set them up like that? But she felt hurt, so hurt people, and the whole scheme. So I was like, damn, okay, well, go ahead with your scheme. Shoot, you got your money.
I was mad about that blood in the hat thing and about her falling out. I didn't like that part. That's the part that
she was like
me.
I'm like, we sit there practicing how we gonna win.
I'm like,
that was pretty evil, yo.
What if he had walked away with the mistress, Jay? What if he just walked away with the mistress and
we wouldn't be having a story?
Right.
We wouldn't have a story.
Right. Wouldn't have worked.
Or it would have been something else.
Yeah,
I'm saying she should have came up with a better way to make this happen. There's so many other ways that she could have made this happen. This was just like, you was banking on a lot of different things. There's no way that I would have banked on that many things. And to be fair, I mean, I probably would have publicly ruined him. I would have found all types of ways to do it. I would have done extra stuff to him.
Yeah, I would
have been hitting him later on.
With Sonia's mom, I'm sorry, I didn't say your whole name, but you're right, because if you think about it, like, he didn't really get to know her because of who he was. He's a narcissist and all of this and that, right? But she really studied him. So she kind of knew that he would react in this way. If I attack him this way, I know he's going to try to push me off. I know this is going to happen, because just the same way she knew exactly where he would put that shirt and exactly where the money would be in his stash and exactly what. So she really studied him, period, in his ways and his habits. So she kind of knew he was going to be like, get off me. And then she falls out. But the dumb
But she had to get him to
But he
stay
didn't
there.
check.
That's my
That was the
whole
dumb part.
point. Like,
Yeah.
because first of all,
Yeah.
it's just like too many variables for me. Like, first of all, if he come there with his mistress, how
Right.
do you know his mistress gonna leave? How you know she was gonna go away? Because if I'm the mistress, if I'm bold enough to kiss him in front of you,
Yeah.
I'm probably not going nowhere.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
She was banking on it. She was banking on all of that to play out. It was gonna play out.
She was banking
But
on
she
you know,
knew
she-
him.
he-
She knows him.
He doesn't. He's the type that he doesn't want to cause a scene. So she knows that about him. So she knows that. Oh, won't you go, and I'll catch up with you. Let me talk with her because she seems like uncontrollable. Let me talk to her so I can control her because she's drinking right now. All right, I'll catch up with you later. So she knows this dude. Like she knew this dude like the back. He just didn't know that she know him that well. You know what I mean?
Because he wasn't paying her any attention, but she was paying him all of the attention.
Yeah, I'll give her way too much credit. That's too many variables. But I get
it
where
worked
they
for her,
going
didn't
with
it?
it.
It did.
It worked.
5 years? Shit. That's a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Be hiding out with your daddy?
You give somebody 5 years of your energy, like, come on. Like, you already done gave him 2-3 years technically because they dated for a year, then they was together for 2. Like, you done gave man bump 8 years of your life. You done gave
basically
up.
about 8 years.
EJ, you know people that hold grudges for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So for her to give him 5.
That's why I said
if somebody do you wrong, come on.
No, she should have just slid. If somebody did me wrong and I thought that I was unalive, I would have slit his throat in the middle of the night. Nobody's gonna know that I did it. Nobody knows that I'm alive. When she came to that house and she turned
that's too easy. EJ, that's too easy. That's too.
But if you're
going to get somebody back, you got to make them suffer.
Yeah,
and that's what she was doing. She was making him suffer.
You got to slow roll it.
Yeah, and she did slow roll it
over time.
After I did all those things, after I made him think that he was going crazy, then I would have went ahead and took him out of his misery. Bump that, sending him to jail and all that stuff. I just would have went ahead and took him out.
Your ass would have been broke living with your.
No, because she doesn't know
rich,
that
not in Mexico.
No, she doesn't know that he's gonna get the money. See, that's the whole point. It's different. Yeah. She knows about the money.
No, I got you.
But see, she played the long game.
Then
she played the long game.
The long game. If you know about the money, if you know that there's money at the end of the tunnel, then I'm all for the long game. She said, and I quote, "That was just a surprise. That was extra." Like what? So we didn't even know.
But he was already rich, though, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was sort of kind of. I don't know.
Already rich.
But
he was asking for an advance.
He still got that house.
Yeah,
he got a yacht.
Yeah.
But they was
like when he went to jail,
money,
he came
remember?
out. Yeah.
He lost. Remember, he was asking for the loans. He hadn't wrote the book and all that time.
Yeah. He asked for advance. He asked for an advance. Yeah. He asked for an advance.
So his finances wasn't like, I'm so super rich, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if anything, you could have used your dad to get money. If that was the case, if that was the case, she could have used her dad and his dad. She could have been like, look, I got this, all that stuff that she planning for the popos. He could have been like, look, I got this, and this. Don't ask me how I got it. He ain't got to know how you got it. You already think you're going crazy. And he could have got the money. You know what I'm saying? That could have been like a side thing. If you want to stay your ass out of jail, this what you gonna send to me. It's just so many ways that they could have played this. Not good.
Yeah, so many ways they could have wrote it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They could have played it a different way. Like I said, I didn't really like this ending. I really didn't, because it was just kind of
I didn't like the fact that they didn't know about the money.
Petty LaBelle wins again.
Yeah,
Petty LaBelle wins. Okay, let's go to Mexico. That's how it's sort of like, okay, you got your money. He went to jail. He suffered. He's looking out the window like, come on, it don't want to be this way. Okay, bye.
Talking about you should have got a better lawyer. How does that work? Like the line didn't even work. Like you tried to throw the line back on him that he said to you, but it didn't even work at that time. You know, I ain't trying to be extra, y'all. I'm just saying, like,
shout out to the writers. Shout out to the writers.
It's the problem is for me is she don't know nothing about the money. How you gonna play the long game and you don't know nothing about the money? If you don't know that there's gonna be a huge payday, then I just feel like she wasted her time. Let's just slit his throat and call it a day. Sure.
But yeah, but you talking about before at the end. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, she didn't know nothing about this money. Like, so if you don't know about the money, like that's a whack ending if she don't know about the money. If she knew that if her plan was to get him if she know him so well, right? She know he gonna write a book about her. If she felt like if the ending was, I knew you was gonna write this book, I knew this was what you was gonna do, and that it was gonna be a bestseller. Like if she had like this I knew type of attitude, because we already know he's already been a bestseller before. It's not like he don't come through, right?
Yeah.
So now that he had the motivation to write this story, and if they had made her seem like I knew this is what you was gonna do, now run me my money, and that's how her long game was going. Instead, it's that line where she claims she doesn't know about the money, like it was extra. Well, what are we doing this for?
It's like she just added it on. She just added it on at the end because she's like, "Oh, by the way, I know you sold 20 million, so run me my money." You know, so
like, what are we?
That's why I was like, it was kind of whack. That's why I was like, the ending was kind of whack to me. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, oh, we just added on to this plan. We just added on to this plan. Let me get the money, or I'm going to shoot you. Like, come on, man.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, what are we doing this for? Like, you doing all of this because you know you can go to jail for faking your death too if you get caught. So what are we doing?
But I was wondering, like, when he shot the gun, where was the publicist? Because when she did the pow pow, and I'm like, I guess the publicist was asleep because she was liquored up. But yeah, you know what? I really thought Blue was gonna be waiting on her in the car. Because I just felt like Blue was going to be, I thought Blue was going to be the one because he knew everything about everything that was going on. And I'm like, either Blue in the car or Blue going to tell on him. I thought Blue was going to tell on him a long time ago, but of course that didn't happen. I was like, maybe Blue is helping her with this because he was like, nah, I'm not going to shut my bar down. You can buy me a Rari though. And I'm like, okay, is he kind of saying like, I'm in on this too a little bit. I don't know, but I just feel like Blue was gonna be in because he knew too much. Yeah,
it would have been good. It would have been a double twist, a double betrayal. You know, it would have been good. You should have wrote it. You should have wrote this one. Then I wouldn't want my hour and 48 minutes back.
I should have had in on this last part right here because
it took like an hour to it for it to start turning over. I'm like, now shit. When is it gonna start turning? But yeah, because I couldn't stop watching. I'm like, okay, I got to keep watching. When is it gonna happen? Like, when is something gonna pop up? I didn't know. I had to keep watching it.
And I ain't hating on it. I feel like it had potential. I just needed them to do a few different things so that we could really like you know, we should do that one day. We should find like the movies on Tubi and give them new endings.
I agree. Like Jay said, Jay got to show rewrite the script. But he's not going to do a Tubi
script. But you talking about the end? Yeah, she talking about the ending.
Well, yeah,
the ending.
So that's a good idea. Yeah, you talking about the ending, alternative ending type thing. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Okay, that's really what was wrong with this is that. I mean, the ending just didn't bring it all together when it was all said and done. They kind of had me from for a certain part of it, and then I was like, "Now, come on, now, you just messed this up with this ending. I didn't like that because it just didn't make sense."
They lost me.
Yeah,
they was trying to do the jump scares, yo. That's when they lost me because it was like
that was funny.
Get out! Yeah. You got. Funny, but they lost because I was just like, okay, this is serious. They didn't get that serious. So now you trying to scare me? Come on. But then they had like mad detectives on the case. You got Flex, you got dude from Daddy's Little Girls, right? And his chick. Like everybody was on this case and ain't nobody solving Jack. Ain't nobody solving nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it could have been better. This was funny. This was like
this part really took me out. Yes. And it being dark skin and the wall was white, it did look creepy with her turn that dial back. I
Yeah.
was like, because it looked, you know how that hand just look weird. I'm like, shoot.
And I would have
Yeah.
took his mistress out too when
She
she
had
was
him
sitting up
bugged
there
out
in my
bad.
bed. When she was sitting up there in my bed, and it would have looked like he did it. That's what I really would have done. See, that's another thing I would have done. I would have made it look like he just took out his mistress after he took me out. Now he just in a fit of rage just took out his mistress too. I would have made sure I had on gloves because I don't need to leave no type of nothing around. You know what I'm saying? And what he gonna do? Like who gonna believe him?
I see you, Ghost. I see you, Ghost.
Okay, listen, I got some ideas. Don't ever
it could have had different. I would have put a twist where Blue would have been her, would have been somebody to her. I would have put that spin on it. Like Blue would have been her person.
I like
because,
that spin too. Instead of the
he was
daddy
just telling
being
him
in the car,
he knew everything. Yeah, he knew everything.
That's what I thought. That would have been good if you.
It wasn't really a climactic ending. It wasn't really climactic at all.
No,
you transfer the money
because your dad is supposed to help you in a sense too. That's my thing. But if it had been Blue sitting in that car, I would have been like,
you would be like, yeah. We would have been like, oh, this dude, that was his best friend. He was just feeding him the information and then feeding her the information that he was feeding him. That would have worked. That would have been
now with that part. What about had Blue been going to see him in the prison, talking to him, getting information about what he's writing, about what he got going on, and then feeding it back to her? And of course, he's writing this book, and we good now. Turning up the book 1 million in a day, so that would have made it better too. Had been a lead into the book, like EJ was saying, like knowing we are building him up with this book, like Blue going in. Keep calling this man Blue. Blue going in, getting information and feeding him and making sure he's still writing. Bro, you still writing, encouraging him. That would have been dope too. Now Blue would have had a lot of work to do, but yeah.
It's like, yo, what are you writing? What are you writing about? Oh, I'm writing about, this mystery about how his husband killed his wife. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Who writes about the stuff that they did anyway? That was so dumb too. But But back to your point about what you do. If they had to put Blue Kimball in that car when that window came down, listen, I would have overlooked the rest of that ending. I would have overlooked that and been like, I'll take it. Just because of that. I would have overlooked the fact that she didn't know that he was gonna get that money. I would have overlooked it and I would have been like, oh, okay, and you finna get a Rari too, bro. He don't even
got your man and your money. Right. He wouldn't even because he was too scared to even go out there. I got your homeboy and I got your 20 mil. Yeah. That would have been dope.
Yeah.
And because look, do he really lose? Like, think about it. Yes, she took the money, but that was just the sales that he had for one day. So one day gonna be making money. He just gonna take, he got to build back up, but he still got the book deal. Like, you didn't make it hurt, girl. Let me show you how to make it hurt. Forget
you want to slice the dude's throat.
Yes, I do. But if I want to be real vicious, like I can be vicious, Candy. God. Like if I want to, I could have showed her how to play that long game, and I would have made sure Kim would have been around if I was gonna slice the throat.
Big Al, watch out, Big Al, watch out, Big Al.
Okay. Listen, she did 8 years. She put 8 years in on this or whatever, almost 10.
See, I ain't got that much time to put. I wouldn't put that much time into it. My plan would have been escalated a little bit quicker than that.
And see, that's his issue too. He was greedy. Right. He should have just gave her some money and broke her off easy and gently versus now you got to sit there and throw off the boat. Now you haunted. Now you got to sit there and do all these press conferences and things like that. Had he not been greedy, it would have been all right.
But let me ask you a question. Did she really want the money, or was she just mad because he was cheating on her and he wanted a divorce? I don't think she wanted the money initially. It was just the fact that he betrayed. That it's the fact that he betrayed her. I don't think she wanted the money. I think it's the fact that he betrayed her and didn't want to break
and he threw her away.
I don't think the money had anything to do with it until the very end.
Right.
Well, I think two things can be true. Like like I always say, I think that once he said he didn't want her no more, and you could really see it, like he wasn't trying to work on this marriage before when he cheated on her. it was, I still want to be with you. It was only one time. You know, he made her feel like she was still the priority. But then this time she's no longer the priority. I'm literally leaving you for her, and I'm not gonna give you nothing. You leave with what you came with. I feel like it was like a big FU. So it was like two things. So I'm not gonna get anything out of this. I can't start over. Like, he literally low key finna leave me, and I'm gonna have nothing, and you're not gonna give me nothing, and you leaving me for her. I think it was both of them. I think it was a combination.
Yeah.
And I feel
So
like
that
if he had gave her the
period,
money, that it I feel like if he had gave her the money, that just maybe, I ain't saying that she would have walked away easy, but I do feel like it would have lightened it. That this plan that she tried to concoct, I don't think that it comes to fruition. I think she just walks away from it, but she's still hurt. But she just at least can walk away with something.
That time period in between
That's
the first time he cheated.
I ain't saying she ain't gonna
the time period in between the first time he cheated and the time period where they was on the boat.
Yeah.
That was when he had her on the boat, he was already done with her. Like, he was cheating all that time with this girl. Is that what was going on? Would you say?
So they got married March the 20th.
Exactly what was happening.
Okay. And that's why he was so callous towards her, because he was already cheating on her with the girl, and it was like, I just want this to be over. So he went from forgive me, I'll never again to the boat. What are you doing here? Oh, you know what? Let me talk to her. Like, let me get her out of the way. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really feeling
he was
her
like,
obviously.
He was like, I was telling him that was a bunch of lies or something he said, and I was like, we know you lying, sir. That was a bunch of lies.
Yeah, all he had to do was just walk. Like, if you don't want somebody, just let them go. But you got to do stuff in the right way to where karma does not come back to bite you in the ass. You already doing some effed up stuff, right? You already doing something that's hurtful. But if you got a wife that you've been taking care of her for 2 years and she's been a stay-at-home wife, what makes you think that she can just go out and start over like just like that? Like, what makes you think that that's the right thing to do for somebody that you're supposed to love and care about? What makes any part of that right? And why do you think that karma is not going to come back to bite you in the behind? You know, so
because he was smelling himself. He was smelling himself. He was smelling himself, feeling himself. He was with this other young lady who was pretty as well, because his wife was beautiful too. And he was just like, yo, whatever at this point. I already cheated on her. I'm gonna do it again. It don't matter. I'm the breadwinner. He just became real like a straight asshole. And right here, this is when it's for like, forgive me. So that's
that's the when he first, 2021,
And when it was on the boat, how long? Do they have a date on that?
That was March. That was in March. It was March the 20. You know, they got all these doggone dates. March the 25th.
Yeah.
Of 2022.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he cheated on her in 2020, and then 2 years passed by, and he was cheating on with the other girl. Wow.
He stayed with that girl. She was a bona fide actress. Like, a real deal. Like,
2021. Okay.
Yeah, 2021 in September 2021, and then
March 2022.
So
March 2022 is when they
it was like a year.
Was on the yacht. Yeah,
but that's still a bona fide mystery.
Okay.
That's like a
yeah, definitely.
That ain't no just smashing and going on. That's like a real relationship, which means that you done grew. And then we find out that they was already a thing before that she was the one that got away, you know, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
history.
So you add that onto it, like, dude, you deserve everything that you got. But I'm telling you, if I'm her, I would have.
Because the mistress he met at the book signing, right?
No, when you go back, there's a flashback in there somewhere. I can't remember where it's at. I don't know if it's a flashback. It may be prison time. I don't know. No, it's a flashback. When it's a flashback. Says, when she asked him, he said, what would this person do per se? What would be the next thing they would do? And then that's when she tells him that he should leave his wife, right? But the conversation that they're having is about them already knowing each other. And I don't know what happened because they don't really dive deep into it.
Yeah.
Or whatnot.
I just remember, you may be right. I just remember him meeting that other young lady.
Yeah, they don't meet. They make that look like they meet it, but that's not when they.
Yeah.
So they met before that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's not their first time they met. It seemed like they probably knew each other before. Well, I know they knew each other, but it seemed like that might have just been
before he was ever married is when because he said, why did you come back after I was married or something like that? I can't remember the exact words.
Yeah.
So apparently,
oh yeah, got you.
He knew her before.
After I was successful, right. Okay, you're right.
She was dating a football player.
Like, why was you messing with me? Why was you messing with me before? So now you went off and dated some other guys, but now that I'm doing my thing, now you want me. That's how he was saying it. Okay.
Yeah. Now that I'm unavailable.
Yeah, now that I'm unavailable. So yeah, that's a bull.
But I think the worst part is that he really just hurt her by not checking on her when she failed. I think that might have been just a ploy to see if he's going to check on me. Let him think he hurt me, and then because how did you plan to take yourself? Because she planned her own murder if that's the case. Because had he just left her on the boat, like what was she getting? She wanted sympathy from him. Because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what if he just said, what if he had took her to the hospital?
That's what I'm saying.
You knew he was going to leave you?
If you sit and think about it too much, it's a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I did. I said right there, and I thought about all of that. I said, but what if he had just called what if he had tried to do CPR? What if he had called somebody? Like, what if all these things, like because we don't know if he really would have done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know if he really would, like, do you really think y'all was at a point where he would really just try to unalive you? It didn't even seem like he wanted to unalive you. It was an accident. And she say, I know that you didn't kill me, but you didn't try to save me, you know? And I'm like,
that's the part that really hurt her though.
He was surprised to see her just fall like that on the table. Because I'm hard for her to fly back like that. Of course, we know that she planned that out. But the fact that he checked her and threw her ass in the damn ocean.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
He really wanted to get rid of her. Like, he already was done with her. It was like, oh, you dead? All right, well, I might as well just throw your ass in the damn ocean. And that was a funny part to me. I was like, bruh, you bugging. Like, that was the part that was funny to me.
Listen, all she had to do was bust out with the "What is love," and she would have had me. What is love? You know that's V. Bozeman, right?
Yeah.
Oh my,
but I don't know what she sings.
Yeah, she was the chick that was on Empire. I can't think of the song that she sung on Empire when what's his name? I can't think his name. Terrence Howard character. With Lucius when Lucius told her to dig deep when he was trying to force her to really sing the song when he wanted to really bring it out of her. I can't think of that.
I stopped watching it the season 2.
But later she came out with a song called "What Is Love." I'm gonna send it to you. It's such a beautiful song. Like she has she is such a great voice. I love V. Bozeman. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, so she back acting. But she could be back acting. I mean, she could have been acting in something else. Just,
just had to be this one. Listen, Tubi's giving out checks, man. Shout out to Tubi. They cutting checks. I mean,
they are. They doing
Stokes, whatever his name is, Marcus Houston and Stokes. I guess they hiring some people. You want to do some work?
Listen,
they got a lot of movies. They got a lot of movies on there though.
They got a ton of them.
Yeah, they do.
And they not bad.
Is it?
They not
is the one with Erica Mena? Is them too? Like they did that movie.
The stepmother, the stepmom,
stepdaughter, I think.
Yeah, that's
they do that too.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ain't say because
I know, Monique. I know. Me, I know. We know the
Only
alleged,
Mo.
grooming. We know about all of that. We try to look past it so we can watch this movie. I try to look past it so I can watch this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, but I watched just about majority of his movies. They be something to watch, decent, nothing to write home about. But
they ain't finna get no awards or nothing like that. But I ain't gonna lie and say that they ain't got a level of like a curiosity to them, or like they're not.
They like the Lifetime movies. They pretty much like Lifetime.
Yeah, they like a Lifetime movie.
They're on the Lifetime.
You watch them when you get a chance.
Look, they in the check, yo.
Yeah.
They get a check. So these advertisers who advertise on Tubi,
they definitely doing it.
They got some money, they got some bread. So that's why we get it to watch it for free, because we got these advertisers. So they getting that check. So I ain't going. They getting a check, and they hiring our people to work. So Flex get a check, dude from Daddy's Little Girls. Yeah. So just everybody sharing in that revenue. So I'm not mad at them.
That's why I support BET.
Even though the movies could have been done better or written better.
And then they carry other movies too. They carry movies that been in, like Dead President's Syria Mom. They have the other big movies on there too, so they're still getting money from that. Just put them on their platform.
Well, they license. That's what they do. They license those movies from the big studios, and then they put it on their platform.
And that way they can have
that, which attracts more people.
Exactly.
Right.
Their originals. But that's why I always support BET Plus, because I feel like people, I always want to support people of color, and I love seeing actors and actresses be able to get jobs that they wouldn't be able to get at some of these traditional Hollywood studios. So I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna support it. Now sometimes I might talk shit every now and then, but I'm still gonna watch
every time.
I do not do it every time.
Sometimes.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
You tripping.
I'm sometimes.
You being
every time.
Right.
Not every time.
And then BET Plus then went up $1.
But I could appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I like almost all the BET Plus movies, y'all. Y'all know I love me some BET Plus. I play it.
They went up $1.
Did they? I don't know. That's the one my husband.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what they went up. I don't know.
Yep. I had to okay it the other day. I said, okay.
I'll pay for that one on his card, so he ain't saying nothing about it.
He ain't clicked okay. He ain't opened the app up.
I guess not. I like BET Plus though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Well, all right, gang. Well, I appreciate y'all for joining me in this Tubi movie night. So EJ, what you got going on your channel?
Well, this week was a dud for me. I was really tired this week, y'all. I was just really, really tired. So I didn't get to do a lot of things that I wanted to do. But the plan is to refresh and start fresh, So with that being said, of course, we got Power that's going to be coming up on, Thursday night. So I'm definitely going to try to get my video out early this time, and my trailer review out early. I'm probably going to do them together, as a matter of fact. I think that's my new thing. But I'm going to have that up. Interview with a Vampire. That's my ish. I got to have that one up. And then I have all of my Run That Backs. I have them ready to go. It's the editing part of it. I just got to get everything edited so that I can get it out. So, and I also have stuff that I'm working on for my family business. It's going to be like a kind of launch as it's about to come back up since it's been gone for so long. So I'm trying to work on that. That's really important to me. So I'm trying to make that a priority because it come back on July the 5th. So just keep your notifications on. I have stuff that's coming out, but I am going to do better this week. That's it.
Dallas was speaking, EJ.
Hey, Dallas. Hey,
boo. Look like that. Golly. She killing with that creepy face. She be killing me. VKJ, the man of the hour. I feel so blessed to have you on my channel. I appreciate you for coming.
Girl, you didn't say you was blessed to have me on your channel.
Oh, my
I was
bad.
trying to take credit. That's what sisters do. Anyway, thank you for having me, Khandi. Big face. Thank you for being here too. So you know, it's an honor to be here with you, Khandi, and I'm just happy and proud of your growth and your consistency and everything that you're doing. This was definitely a treat, even though, like I said, I don't want TUBI, but this was. Thank you for the entertainment. So what's going on with me? We got some power definitely coming up this Friday, family. Look out for more sneak peeks coming. You know, your boy is just getting these sneak peeks. I'm just putting them out there for y'all, breaking stuff down. Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. It's definitely not dial up. It ain't that either. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it. Look, when it's hot, it's very hot in Vegas right now.
Somebody said that.
Yeah, it's very, very hot in Vegas. So the computers are getting real hot. I may have to buy like a extra fan, put it on my computer. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry. So this Saturday, I believe EJ is hosting the Power Live discussion this Saturday. And I believe that Ashley, thank you. And I believe Ashley is doing the Shy. So yeah, look out for that. And I'll be on the panel, you know, just chilling.
It's doing your J jizzle.
You know, and figuring this thing out. So, you know, at least
I did hear somebody say about the heat was messing up their Wi-Fi and their computer and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a lot that lives in Texas and it was hot. Yeah, so
I don't know if I'm breaking up now. You know, I think it's the equipment, so I got to get like an extra fan. I got AC central air, but obviously I need more. So we'll figure it out.
I'm just joking.
EJ, the TV junkie, I thank you and I appreciate you for coming and joining me tonight. I appreciate it.
What Jay got. Nope. I want what Jay got. Try it again.
It's a pleasure having you.
EJ, it was a pleasure having you on my channel tonight. I appreciate you. Even though I invited you first and then Jay was second, you know.
Look,
is that better?
I should be mad.
It's what
I should be mad because y'all got thumbnails with your name on it. I don't put my name on your thumbnails, you know.
Jay, you ain't never be want a thumbnail. You always like to do your own thumbnails. I know you be like doing your own thing. I know.
I'm not mad.
You do your own thing
to be
as
here.
always.
I'm thankful to be here.
Oh, tomorrow we got Dream Girls, y'all. Make sure y'all watch Dream Girls.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, we gonna sing?
We are a family, like a big ass tree. Yeah.
No, Jay, you got to sing Jamie Foxx song. Is it Jamie Foxx? What is this? What's his name?
They all sing it.
Jimmy Got Soul.
When I first saw you.
No.
I said, oh my.
Jimmy Got Soul. Jimmy Got Soul.
Jimmy got
my dream.
Jay don't want to act right.
Oh, that's Eddie Murphy. Oh, Eddie Murphy. You talking about
Murphy,
Jimmy Early.
Jimmy Got Soul.
I hate that damn song. That damn fake James Brown song.
Jimmy Got Soul. Yes. Well, I do Mo, my bad. Eddie Murphy. I don't know why I said Jamie Foxx. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming through. And if nothing else, peace out.
You know